Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, which gets the message of spirit out to more people. So thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is listed in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. We get everything in there. So let's see here. We are crowned with the world. Oh, I love that for you, Gemini. Gemini, the world is opening up to you, and you are opening up in the world. It's almost like I just seen like an oyster open up, or like it's like you've been shut away, or held back, or afraid, or overwhelmed, and now it's like, oh, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back. I got this. I got this, and I love that for you. Oh, I love that energy. Okay, it brings us then to the Two of Pentacles. You've been balancing a lot, and this is going to be a time where you're saying, I'm not juggling it all anymore. You know, I'm not. I'm really looking at what I want, where I want to be. I almost see like you're saying this or that, this or that, this or that, and now there's a real clear sense of like, no, but I want this. No, but I'm moving forward this way. No, but this is where I need to be. And it moves us then to the Nine of Wands. And Nine of Wands, I think this is so interesting that she's making stars here. And the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Fire, is a sense of like, I fought so many battles with so many different people. I've questioned my voice. I felt and feel at times battered and overwhelmed, and I ache and I'm sore, and I question how I can move forward. Like there's a constant questioning and this constant sense of like, can I do better, or should I be doing more? Or am I on the right path, or am I doing the right thing? And with the Nine of Wands here, there's a real sense of like, focus your energy and look at what you're creating. You know, is it creating chaos in your life where all this, questioning energy is coming for chaos? Because here we're finding balance within ourselves. And it's like, I stand in defense of me. Like I stand defending the way that I need to move forward for me. And I open my heart to love. And it brings us then to the Four of Wands. It brings us home, is what it does. It brings us to this place of celebration. It brings us to this place of success. It brings us to this place of looking at us and saying, oh, I've got this. I've got this. There's also, something to celebrate on the horizon in August. There just is. It's something exciting. It can be a new business adventure. Yeah, adventure works. A relationship adventure. I just see this as like it's an adventure that's coming your way, and it's like, ooh, wow, I'm excited for this. It brings us then. I love it. It brings us to the Tower reverse. It's like goodbye, Tower. The Tower doesn't have to be a bad time, but it is a time that is intense and overwhelming for us, and it knocks us out of our comfort zone. It has us seeing our whole entire world differently. And so here with the Tower reverse, we're coming out of this Tower time, and now it's like, okay, how do I rebuild? Like, how do I build me? And a lot of times after we're in a Tower time, we're shell shocked, right? We're overwhelmed. And so the world opening to us is like, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to step into the world. I'm ready to start living life and celebrating and enjoying and embracing my existence, because I'm celebrating today. We don't know what tomorrow has in store for us, and that's okay, you know. And so here with the Tower, this is going to be a time where we're looking at things, and before we just looked at things and held our head and was like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? And now it's like, okay, got a shovel, I got a bucket, I'm going to build, and that's what I'm going to do. And it's going to be hard and it's going to be long, but I got this. Then we have, interesting, the repeat of the number 2 is reversed here twice. And so there can be a bit of a blockage with creative energy coming forward during this time. So just be aware of that. It can take a little bit longer. If you're a highly creative individual, you can feel frustrated within this and you like to have a lot of things going all at once. This is going to be a time where like doors are closing and it's like you can have to focus. You can have one thing, right? You can have one thing during this time. And it's going to be like you have to focus on one thing. And then when that one thing is done, okay, focus on the other thing. But this is going to be a time where the chaos of like 1,000 different things, going at once, it's just going to be too much. Something's going to happen, and we're going to find that like one thing at a time is going to be really, really good for us. We then have the Six of Wands. I celebrate me. And that's really the energy that comes forward here. It's like, I celebrate me, I see me, but it's also being celebrated. And we're changing our energy during this time as well. And so that's a really great thing that's coming forward. People are taking note. The Four of Swords is rest. And it's realizing I need to take care of me too, right? We're celebrating ourselves, but I need to take care of myself as well. We've burnt the candle at both ends. We've, been fierce to ourselves and overwhelming to ourselves. And here with the Four of Swords, there's a sense of like, let's slow it down. Let's honor our story. Let's look at everything that we've been through, and let's move forward into the power of me, openly and honestly and lovingly. And that's a really big deal for us. And that's a really big thing for us during this time. We have the repeat of the number 4, which is grounding ourselves, stabilizing ourselves within our lives and for ourselves. And as we do so, it's like, oh, this is what I'm moving towards. This is what I wanted. Everything fell apart. It did. Everything fell apart. And there was a time there where we thought it'll never be the same. But it's not that it will never be the same, because it won't ever be exactly the same. It's like, I'll never be able to get through this. I will always be held back by this. And it can be 16 years that we've been going through this, or since we were 16 years old. And now we're finding our footing. Now we're like, oh, I got this. It can be a shorter period of time too, but I want you to know that if you've been going through this for a very long time, because I see this as a very long time, a very long process, you're coming out of it. And you're claiming a place at the table, like you're claiming a power in your life that you never would have thought was yours. And if you would have told yourself, Gemini, when you were younger, you'd be here, you'd do this, my gosh, would you be so proud of you? You'd be like, oh, well, I can endure anything in order to get there. Like, that's awesome. And then when we're going through it, we're like, gosh, darn it, Spirit, like, why did I agree to this? So just being aware of this is going to be really important here. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides, angels and Spirit guides. Oh, and if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a butterfly in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So hit the bell notification and know that the announcement will only be done on my channel, on this channel here, Dane Hart Tarot. We have stabilize. And that's what we're doing for ourselves. St. John's wort, we're stabilizing ourselves. We're stabilizing ourselves. We're grounding ourselves. We're moving ourselves forward in a way that is beautiful for us. But this is like stabilization time. This is like, oh, okay. I've gotten things back on track. And it's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is family. So this is the root chakra. And just knowing that we need to kind of really, really focus on our healing energy on our root chakra around family. However family manifests in your life, whatever it means for you, just knowing that there can be a bit of a blockage there around family. And then we have our energy to be mindful of. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the 6 of Swords. So it's interesting. We have the 6 of Swords. Don't we have the 6 of Swords in this reading? No, we don't. We have the 6 of Wands. Okay. So the 6 of Swords here is us moving forward with tenacity, right? But with reckless speed. And it's also not having a clear vision, but it's just like, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go and, hit the gas pedal and see what happens. And Spirit's like, be mindful about that, because we get so caught up in the movement of it all that we forget to plan, or we forget the impact that it will have on us. As we're doing things, as we're pushing things forward, we have to also remember our heart, because Gemini, our heart is astoundingly intertwined in everything that we do. And we have this beautiful way of just picking up energy like a bumblebee, right? Picking up energy as we go from flower to flower, situation to situation, and seeing the beautiful tapestry that we come home with. And we have to be very mindful about that. We don't want to be in a reckless place, because that's just not good for us. Our world is opening up to us. We are opening up to our world, but we are beginning to, like, it's funny because the door closes here, right? With the 2 of Wands, but the doors have opened up to us. It's like the door closed, but there's no more ceiling, right? It's just all this glass dome that has, parted, and now we can just fly out and be. So that's really interesting that we can get really focused on like, oh, but this door is locked. Oh no, it's terrible. And it's like, but there's no ceiling, like, and there's no walls. So why are we letting a door stop us? So just be aware of that during this time here, Gemini. It's funny, but it is also just so very human that we can get so caught in like seeing things just one certain way, and then it's like, wow, okay, that's awesome. So being aware of this, very, very cool. With the Two of Pentacles, there's so much that we don't want to be balancing anymore. There's so much that we were giving our time to and our energy to. And it's like, no, I'm doing this. I'm moving forward this way and I'm harmonizing myself. So that's going to be a very big deal. And that's going to be very important for us as well. There's also going to be a sense during this time, it's like, don't take on too much. We can have a tendency to be like, oh yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah, I got that. Oh, you expect me to do this, or oh, you want me to do this, or oh, I feel guilty. Oh, don't worry. I'll just add that on and add that on and add that on. And it'll be too much. And then we'll look at things and be like, oh my gosh, how did I even get here? So just be mindful about that. With the Nine of Wands, we do have to set up clear boundaries for ourselves, mainly just for ourselves. Like other people don't have to know about it. But Gemini, we need to say, okay, I can do this. I can go up to this point, or I can let this be expected of me, but I need to say no here, or I need to take time for myself here, especially around sleep. Yeah, especially around sleep, especially around slowing things down. We're going to have a real tendency, and we always do. This is very much a Gemini thing. You have a tendency to burn the candle at both ends, and then exhaustion and feeling overwhelmed, and you'll just be achy. You could get a summer cold, type of thing. Just be very mindful about this during this time. And also we'll try to make everybody, like, just taking a little bit of everybody's opinions into consideration and making everybody feel seen and everybody feel heard and it's like, oh my gosh, it's just exhausting. So don't do that. Like, stand in your power, say, no, I'm doing this, I'm not doing that. And don't feel bad for saying no. Like, no is a good word. The Four of Wands is celebration. It is celebration. It is success. It is power. It is beauty. The Four of Wands is like, yes, I've got this. I've got this. It is also, it's some sort of collaboration coming forward. It is some sort of connection, especially after a time where you could really have thought like, oh no, I'm never going to meet a person, or I'm never going to have that career, or I'm never going to do that thing. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's not all of a sudden, because it's been like one heck of a ride. Like if somebody said like all of a sudden, you look at them and be like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you know how long this has been? But there's this real sense of like, it almost feels to everybody looking outward, Gemini, is that you've just flipped the switch and you're like, oh yeah, I got this now. Oh yeah, I can do this. And they're like, holy crumb cakes. Like, weren't you like hiding in the corner before? And now you're like, oh no, I got this. And people are going to start to really flock to your energy. Why? Because you have that butterfly energy to you. You have that beautiful, picking up a bit of this and a bit of that and just this beautiful, lovely energy to you that people can't pin down. Like they can't say, oh, it's all this way or it's all that way. So you're also a bit of a mystery, which is absolutely beautiful. It can drive some people crazy, but other people it'll drive crazy in the best possible way. They'll be like, oh, you're so intriguing. With the Tower reverse, yeah, you're coming out of a really hard time and a door is closed. Like seriously, there is something here where you're like, well, that chapter done. that boat is on fire. Like absolutely no, we're never revisiting this again. And there's something here where really you have made that really severe decision within yourself, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that again. I've learned that lesson. I know that lesson front, backwards, upside down. Now the rest of my life I'll learn different lessons, but no, we're done. So just be really aware of that. You'll know it. Like it's going to be different for each and every one of us because this is a general reading, but you'll know it. You'll be like, oh Dane, you're talking about that. So just be aware that there's something here where you're like, I'm done. And it's around being a victim. It's around feeling like things just happen to us. Now we're taking the reins, and it's like, no, I got this, because I'm celebrating me. It's like, it has been long enough that I've doubted myself, questioned myself, been negative towards myself. I'm done with it. I'm seriously done with it. And now I'm the hero of my story. Will I be the hero every day, all the time? Will I get everything right? No, I'm human, but I celebrate me. And that is the best possible thing we can do for ourselves here, Gemini. And then we need to rest. We need to honor our story. A lot of information is going to come through our dreams. And so that's going to be really cool to connect with. And a lot of inspiration is going to come like your angels talking to you. It's like through this conversation that you're having. It doesn't have to be with another person, though it can be with somebody who you really love. It's like, that's your person type of deal. You can have a lot of inspiration come that way, but there's going to be this real sense of like, oh, that was it. Like that was the dream that I had, or that was the way that it all kind of like fell into alignment. Our subconscious spirit message here is strength, the bearberry. And that is so true. Like your subconscious spirit message is that you're stronger than you ever realize you are, Gemini. People look at Gemini, so they say flighty, they say, unpredictable, they say all these different things. And it's like, okay, fine, say whatever you want. But your strength, your power, your determination, your focus, you're fierce. And that's what you are. So just absolutely embracing that is the most important thing for you. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, not mindful of, but our chakra energy. And this is the inner child chakra. And here there's a blockage in our heart chakra. This is not our inner child chakra. This is the inner child, and this is our heart chakra. There's a blockage in our heart chakra. There is something that has happened. This is like around 16, give or take a couple of years, right? Like 15, 16, 17, around there. You can go to 14, all right? But here, this is a real sense of, I learned not to trust my voice then, my inner child voice. I either wanted to be totally grown up and, not listen to my inner child being like, what the heck are you doing type of thing, or there was an innocence that was taken away from me, or there was a way that I learned that to be ashamed of myself, or whatever there was. And this is going to be a time here, Gemini, where it's like, no, I'm not ashamed of me anymore. I'm not hiding anymore. This is who I am. And I love me from the tip of my head to the tip of my toes. And that's it. I love me completely. And there's a fierceness to that, Gemini, and there's a beauty to that. It moves us to the energy to be mindful of. Be mindful of other people's fires, other people's passions, other people's desires really coming in and wanting to usurp our own, or take our own vibrant energy and use it for themselves. It moves us then to the hangman. You see things differently. And that's where we kind of get ourselves into a little bit of trouble, where we see things differently and then we think, oh, well, I have to be wrong, right? Oh, well, I can't possibly get this right. And Spirit's like, why? Why are you questioning yourself? Like, why are you doubting you? Like, what's going on here? The hangman, it's painful to be different. We, as human beings, we're social creatures. We just want to fit in. We just want to belong. It's painful to be different. It's beautiful to be different too. Some of like the best things, the most creative things, the most brilliant things do not happen with people who all think the same, all look the same, all do exactly the same thing. So here, be different, live out loud, embrace your expression, yourself, your desire, because it's fantastic. You're fantastic. Okay. All right, Gemini. This was a lovely reading to give to you. I'm so happy. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Gemini, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye. Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people and seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much for doing so. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh, and if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So now let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels, The angels just wanted themselves to be heard. And spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading. Oh, goodness. And show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Okay. So we are crowned here by the Five of Pentacles reverse. So the Five of Pentacles reverse is we're letting go of a poverty mentality. This is also going to be a time where we really start to feel that we're stepping into prosperity. It's like, oh wow, I'm successful. It's like, wow, question marks? Like looking around to see if the other shoe will drop. But there's this real sense here, Libra, of like, I'm successful. I'm moving away from doubts or fears or negativities or thinking, oh, I need to be taken care of or somebody needs to come and rescue me. And it's like, wow, I'm rescuing myself. And that is awesome. It's really releasing negative, you know, negative ideas about ourselves and wealth, success, prosperity. It can always feel like it has felt for a really long time that we've said to ourselves, like, I just need a really good win, right? We've just felt like I just need a really good win. And for one reason or another, during this time, we're going to have a really good win come forward. And that's going to be really nice. It moves us then to the Nine of Swords. Yeah, a release of worry, of doubt, of fear, of anxiety. So that is very, very, very freeing. It then moves us to the Knight of Cups. Do be mindful. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If we're born on the cusp with Scorpio, if we have a lot of water sign energy in our chart or just water sign energy in our chart, we can overthink, we can overanalyze, we can really wear our hearts on our sleeves during this time, feeling like every way that we move forward, it's like an emotional roadblock is put up here, is put up there. We can be dealing with a lot of people who have a lot of really big emotions. Do be very mindful if you are somebody who works with emotional energy. You can be a healer, you could be a therapist, you can be, a counselor, you can be, even working in the ER or a medic or anything like that. You're going to find that this can be a very draining time if you are not mindful of your energy and protecting it, putting up, the white light of healing around you. That's going to be very, very important during this time. Even a teacher, anything where you're giving energy to others. I mean, that's almost like everything, right? You could really categorize it as. So just be mindful about this. It moves us then to the Strength card reverse. This is Leo energy, a time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. So it's a lot of August, right? And we can find that there's bullying energy around us. We can find that there's energy during this time of a lot of people who want to have their way. They want to have their say. We can also be dealing with very cat-like people, not keep people named Cat. Though I think that's funny, but it's like people who behave like cats. Like they're here when they want to be and they're gone when they need to be, and so, or when they want to be. So just being aware of that, Libra. We don't really operate that way, so that can be a little bit confusing for us as well. So just being aware. Also being aware during this time that we can be very kind of beguiled by people who put on a really strong front, like, oh yeah, you should listen to me, oh yeah, I know all of this, I know all of that. And then we're going to like scratch the surface just a little bit and we're going to be like, well, what the heck, they don't know anything. So do be mindful about this. That's going to be very important. We then have the Hangman. We're looking at things so differently during this time. It's almost like we're set free. It's almost like we were given permission to not be caught in a box, not to be stuck in a certain way of seeing things. And then it moves us to the Eight of Cups. We're choosing ourselves. We are choosing to walk forward for us, Libra. And that is a beautiful thing. This is also, with the Eight of Cups, is an ending as severe as a divorce, meaning that we're making a big decision during this time and we're saying, I choose me. I choose me and I'm walking forward with me. And that is the most important, beautiful thing that we will possibly ever do for ourselves. So that is really quite great. We have the repeat of the number 8, and 8 is a very hardworking, very diligent, very logical number. So do be aware of that. So let's see here what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, please put a butterfly in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So hit that bell notification and note that the winner will only be announced on this channel via video. So just be aware of that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have tribulation, and this is nettle. And so with that reverse, we're going to find that tribulations that we have had, doubts that we have had, fears that we have had, we're really starting to release, and we're really starting to say, why was I so worried about that? Or why did that take up so much of my time? So that's going to be a really great thing for us. It moves us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And here we have psychic development. This is our third eye chakra. And so just being very aware here that we're having a bit of blockage in our third eye chakra. Tapping over our third eye can be highly beneficial to us. I'm doing it right now. It's just really soothing too. So I highly recommend it. And you'll see here that there's a sense, Libra, of like, do I step deeper into my psychic self? Like, do I step deeper into my intuitive self, my empathic self, my emotional self? And spirit's like, yes, and yet we're apprehensive because there's a question mark around us. Like, yes, do I do this? Do I want this? Can I move forward in this energy? So just being aware that we're a little bit drained, and of course we have a lot of emotional energy coming our way with the Knight of Cups reverse. And so here with the blockage with the third eye chakra, we can be doing this as a self-preservation thing where it's like, I have to take care of me. I can't be letting all this energy in, all this drain in, all this overwhelming in. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. So we want to develop ourselves psychically, spiritually, connectively, third eyes wise, with visualization and really opening the door for ourselves. But also we are drained, so we need to find that balance. It can be a little bit tricky during this time. Let's see what our energy to be mindful of is. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And this is the Queen of Cups reverse. So this is amplifying the Knight of Cups reverse energy. This could be around a very controlling mother figure. I see this more as somebody who's like a mother figure or a close mother in your life, but it's like not your mom type of thing. So do be aware of that. It could be your mom, but there's like, it doesn't really feel that way. It feels like it's somebody who wants to have control. Like they want to have the last say. This is a person that needs to have the last say and you don't even realize it. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. This is emotional manipulation. This is intense. So just being aware of that. And they're so good at it that you don't even realize that they're being emotionally manipulative. They're just being very like, oh, you can almost say like school mommy, like these are the rules and this is the way you have to do it. And you can like look at it that way. And then it's like, wait a minute, you're just being really manipulative. So just be aware of that during this time. We're releasing so much negativity and so much trauma around money or what we value as much as money. So there can be the sense during this time, it's like, oh, woohoo, I'm rich, type of thing. Like, just spend kind of like a drunken sailor. So do be mindful about that during this time as well. So don't do that. But here with the Five of Pentacles reverse, we're coming out of a time where we felt very, cut off, trapped, overwhelmed, questioning, can I even make it? Can I even move forward? We overthought, with the Nine of Swords reverse, we overthought, we overanalyzed. We were so much in our own head, which is a very negative air sign energy thing. We just overthink, we worry and worry and worry. We run over things like a hamster wheel in our own head. So being aware of that with the Nine of Swords, and also just releasing, like during this time, it's going to be like, well, I can worry about this till the cows come home. Is it going to change it? And this is going to be a time where really seriously, Libra, really embrace the energy of it's not me, it's you. I know it sounds horrible to say, but I mean, it's not being, excuse me, it's not being ignorant, but it's really saying like, well, I can't change this. And if you're going to have a problem, that's great, but I'm still going to be moving on and I'm still going to be living my life in joy. So, it's not me, it's you. That's going to be a very good thing for you, Libra. With the Knight of Cups, knowing that there's emotional manipulation coming forward is just going to be important. And knowing that somebody's going to want you to make a very emotional decision very quickly is also going to be important. So just knowing that, and they're going like, this is an emotional decision that they want you to make quickly. Maybe not you, but somebody very close to you, if it's not you. But they're also being a very big bully about it. Like they're being, blackmaily. It's like bully, tyrant, blackmaily, just like not nice about this. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be a very important thing. You're going to have really good inspiration coming from the most unlikely of places, but it's going to be the littler voices. It's not going to be the really loud ones during this time that you want to listen to. It's going to be the softer voices that you're going to want to listen to, but it's going to be very easy to drown them out. With the strength card, with your tenacity, with your brilliance, with your strength coming forward, embracing that is going to be a very big thing for you. But here it is also there's somebody who's going to make you think that you're not strong because you're not traditionally strong, Libra. This person is going to be like, big bodybuilder, like, I can talk over you. I can, do all of this stuff type of strong. And there's nothing wrong with being a bodybuilder or, having a booming voice. But this is going to be a person who uses these things like just intimidation as a tactic. And it doesn't even mean that they have to be, a big person. They're just going to have an intimidating demeanor around them. And so here, there's going to be a repellence around people who use their strength, who use like bravado and machismo and, kind of just tyranny energy and saying, this is my strength and this is my right. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be very important. With the hangman, you're going to see things differently and you're going to be seeing things differently. And it's not going to be the most comfortable. Oh, excuse me, the most comfortable thing because you're going to be looking at things, you're going to be questioning, you're going to be like, oh, well, what about this and what about that, and oh, why do I have to stand out, or why do I have to be different, or why can't I just be like everybody else? And it's like, because you're meant to be you. And if you've stumbled across this channel, if you're here, first of all, welcome. It's so great to have you, it's so great to have this community, but you're not meant to fit in. You're meant to be beautifully and powerfully you. And so here we're going to find that this is a month where things are different. We're embracing different energy, we're embracing power within ourselves, we're looking at things differently, and we have to choose us. And we're going to walk away from certain things that just aren't right anymore. And we just don't need them. Our subconscious spirit message here is service, and it's garlic. I love garlic. So here, embracing service, embracing, the intensity of us. That's a really good thing. And also knowing that this is a time of service. This is a time of connecting to your spirit energy. This is a time of your angels serving you. This is a time of spirit being with you. It moves us then to our chakra energy. And this is angels and masters. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And this is us being blessed. This is our angels wrapping us in the biggest wing hug and just absolutely protecting us. So that is beautiful. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, which is the 8 of Swords. Not surprising because we have the 9 of Swords reversed. We're coming out of this overthinking, overanalyzing time. And so we're being told, hey, listen, be mindful that you can overthink, you can overanalyze, you can get trapped in your own head, in your own mind, in your own way. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be aware that we can really start to internalize everything. Everything's our fault. We're not doing anything right. That's all just negative talk meant to bring us down. And it's not true. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is prosperity and success, but it's standing in the moment. And we're going to be really good at being in the past, at being in the future, but having a really hard time standing right here, right now. And that is going to be one of the biggest challenges for this month. And one of the best things that we can possibly do to ourselves and for ourselves is to make ourselves be present and say, I only have this moment. I'm only standing right here. I'm only paying attention to right now. Okay. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye. Hi, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is linked in the description box below. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So Aquarius, we are crowned with justice reversed. Now this is Libra energy, and she has been coming up reversed a lot during August, which just means that this is a time where we can feel very out of balance with ourselves, with what we want. So just know that we're not the only ones feeling this way. We can feel like, oh, this is just me. No, it's kind of common during this time. So just being aware of that is going to be super. It's going to be super liberating, but also knowing you do not have to be just and fair to everyone. You do not have to make everyone happy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You matter too. Be just and fair to you. Find your balance. Find your voice, like what you want, what is right for you, and then move forward in that energy. And think of everything else as like, okay, that's just going to have to fade into the gray because I can't be worried about everything. We're going to try and be worried about everything. It's just not going to work. It moves us then to the Nine of Swords. So that's very interesting. So the Nine of Swords, it's worry. It's over worry. It's staying up late at night, worrying, thinking about things. It's anxiety coming forward. And it's like about the maybe of tomorrow. And it's not saying, okay, tomorrow will happen, right? But it's worrying about what can go wrong tomorrow and the next day, the next day. And that it's just fruitless. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at us that we'll never expect, that we didn't realize, and we couldn't have planned for. So looking at that and saying to ourselves, I'm standing in the moment. That is going to be the most important thing. I'm standing right here, right now, and I'm showing up for me, and I'm making sure I'm the healthiest, happiest I can be in this moment as I move forward. And those around me that I love, that I care for, that are dependent on me, are also the happiest, healthiest they can be in this moment. And really embracing that energy. It brings us then to the Six of Cups. Very interesting. So we're going to be very nostalgic, and we can really be thinking, oh, things were better once upon a time. They might be, they might not be. But this is going to be a time where we can be very nostalgic. We can also look at things and, have the past be a little bit more clear, a little bit more vibrant than the present. So do be aware of that. It moves us to the star. This is us coming through in the major arcana. So this is the very essence of us coming forward. And it's like, okay, we have things going on, right? There's a lot of intensity here, but the very essence of us shines through. Our soul's wish, why we're on this earthly plane, is coming forward, and how we're seeing ourselves, what we love about ourselves, looking at ourselves in the mirror. And we could be looking at things and be like, wow, this is all crazy. And then looking at ourselves and be like, but I really love you. I really love you. You're really awesome. And meaning it about ourselves. And even when we say that, like, wow, I really love you. You're really awesome. Saying that about ourselves doesn't make us cringe, doesn't make us like, to go roll our eyes or anything like that. It's like, yeah, I really am. And this is also aligning with our soul's purpose. This is feeling seen by the universe. This is being seen by us. We have the Ace of Swords coming in. This is God's source spirit. However you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift. This is a gift just for us, Aquarius. We are air sign energy. And the Ace of Swords being reversed is that we don't realize that this gift is coming in. We realize that it's here, right? We realize that it's coming, but we don't realize that we can take it. We don't realize that we can move forward in this knowledge and in this understanding. And it moves us then to the Hangman reverse. We're questioning everything about ourselves. We're looking at things, and because we have the heightened anxiety and this looking at the past, and maybe I should have done this differently, maybe I should have done that differently, the Hangman reversed is saying, well, maybe I should fit in more. If you found this channel, if you're part of this community, you don't fit in. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to go to the beat of your own drum. You're always going to be just a little bit different. I always think I always think of us. Okay. Have you ever watched the movie Birdcage? It's one of my absolute favorite movies. And Nathan Lane is in a suit. He's dressed just like everybody else. He's trying to be so, you know, just a certain way. And then he sits down and they see his pink socks. And he's like, "What? You need a splash of color." And that's what I feel about us. Like, it's like, what? Like, what? I'm trying. Like, can't you just let it slide that I have pink socks on, or, whatever? Like, can't you just? And it's like, no, you must conform entirely. And that's just never going to be us. So looking at this during this time and looking at the Hangman reversed, it's like, yes, it's uncomfortable to see things that other people don't. Yes, it's uncomfortable to live in this world when you are an empath, when you are psychic, when you are sensitive, when you feel the world, when others just kind of like go through it like a wrecking ball and don't care. But there's a beauty to you, Aquarius, that is just, it's like all the other things fall away and you rise up like the dawn. And that is absolutely beautiful. Okay. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a butterfly in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck to everyone. Hit the bell notification because the announcement will be done on this channel, nowhere else. And yeah, so you can be notified when the announcement is made. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have adaptation. And here we have the blackberry. So I'm just thinking, being a little kid. Even now, when you eat blackberries, your fingers get all stained. But when I was a little kid, I used to also take blackberries and mush them all up and dye clothes with them, like dye old t-shirts, and just think I was being an artist. And here, adaptation, like, what are you going to make out of the beautiful richness of your life, of the juice of the blackberry? What beauty are you going to move forward in? And here it's reversed. It's like we've lost sight of that. We're trying to be just like everybody else, kind of more hegemonized. Is that the right word? Tell me the word I'm thinking of in the comment box below, because I forget. But it's like everybody being like everybody else, falling into line. And here it's being a wonderful part of the community, right? But it is being beautifully and awesomely you. And that is a very good thing. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Our chakra energy, angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is flexibility. This is the sacral chakra. And here it is embracing our sensuality, our creative self, and it's being flexible. It's doing yoga. It is being flexible of mind, listening to all different points of views, not just ones we agree with, right? And it is embracing the joy of being. It really is. And I love that for you. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. So that's interesting. We have the Sun and the Fool. So the Sun reverse is like something beautiful is happening, but it's like not yet. And we can get really frustrated because it's like, oh, when is this supposed to be? And then the Fool comes forward and we're afraid that everybody's going to laugh at us. Everybody's going to think us a fool. Why? Because that's exactly what happened. Something went out of balance here, okay? When we were younger, and it's almost like we're trying to repair it, or we're trying to say like, see, it wasn't bad, or yeah, it's something to that effect, where it's like you failed and it was a big fail, or it was perceived as a big fail. And I don't think people were as harsh on you as you were on you, Aquarius. So do be aware of that. But it wasn't just. Like, what happened to you, it wasn't just. It wasn't fair. And there's a worry about that happening again. And yet you are a completely different person, like in a completely different place. And there's a beauty and a power to you that you will be grabbing hold of. But you're going to try and be more like everybody else, which is cool. Do your thing. But you're going to see that like it doesn't fit. It's like you're wearing clothes that are just like a little bit too small. It's just like they're just uncomfortable after a little bit. When you put it on, you're like, oh, this looks great. And then it's too tight and it's like it just is uncomfortable. So that's going to be something about this time where it's like you have to choose you. You have to choose your beautiful, intuitive, connective, loving, compassionate self, and let yourself rise to that. This is embracing your soul's desire. This is knowing your purpose here on this earthly plane, which you actually have a really good understanding of. even though we don't necessarily word it as, oh, this is my purpose here on the earthly plane, because that sounds a little bit bombastic, right? So here, letting ourselves shine, moving forward in what we wish and what we desire, and embracing our heart is going to be just a beautiful thing for us. So that is powerful. Okay. Our subconscious spirit message here is nurture, and this is the clover. Nurture your instincts, nurture your desire, nurture what you love. That is just going to be so important, and being nurturing to yourself, because this is a time where we can be very harsh on ourselves. The number 6 is reverse. 6 is a very nurturing number, and we can be just very harsh on ourselves, very like, it has to be this way, it has to be that way. It's like, no, nurture you, embrace you. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is visualization. And this is the third eye chakra. It is embracing our third eye. It's embracing our visualization. It is saying here, okay, I have a blockage. So like tap over the third eye, which, oh my gosh, I'm doing it right now. And it just feels so nice. It's just so comforting. And say, I release all blockages. I release all blockages, and I let in all creativity, all insight, all deeper understanding of self. I open myself to the blessings of the universe, the blessings of my creativity, and all negativity, all heartbreak and pain is released. And I see so much more clearly the path before me. And see how that makes you feel. You can rewind and do that tapping over your forehead a couple of times if you want to. It's just a very powerful thing. And it helps to center you. It helps to, to calm you. And that's a very good thing. We can also, activate the vagus nerve, and we can massage, like rub our hands from our collarbone down to like our heart area, and do that, activating the vagus nerve, breathing, deep breaths in, hold for the count of 3, release, things like that, just to help to center ourselves. It moves us to our energy to be mindful of, and this is the 8 of Pentacles. We can throw ourselves into our work, absolutely. We can also get really, really focused on the little minute details of things, which don't actually make that big a difference in the long run. So just be aware of that. And then the 7 of Swords reverse, we're releasing a lot of lies, a lot of things that we're looking at and we're like, well, that's not true, or that doesn't fit me, or I don't like that. And as we release it, we step into ourselves. It's like, oh, that's what I needed. Okay. All right, Aquarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.